live again for the first time in 2 weeks, and apparently my microphone level is insanely low, so I'll see if I can adjust that in a second. But back live for the first time in 2 weeks after that fun break. This is, once again, the Racing Line Broadcasting Network, bringing you the Blevins Design 250 here at Martinsville, race 8 of 10. So, as mentioned, we are back once again. I'm going to see if I can actually fix this audio thing. I don't know if that's either me or it's actually OBS. So, I'll be cranking that up just a little bit. But other than that, welcome back once again to the Racing Line Broadcasting Network. There we go. And for the first time in 2 weeks, well, as per usual, I'm still the one-man crew over here, being Gary Weaver, who has apparently lost his little nameplate thing that I used to have. But no, we actually still have that. So it's been a long 2 weeks. It's been a nice 2 weeks, but it's been a long 2 weeks. We'll say that for sure. And the moment qualifying is currently underway, and I'm actually quite excited for the upcoming iRacing build, actually, because for that there are so many new things that are upcoming. So go ahead and let us know what you're interested in for the upcoming June build for next week. As this week, I believe it's actually underway right now. No, that will be tomorrow. Wrong day. It will be iRacing's week 13. So 250 laps are on tap. We have a little bit of an upgrade compared to the last time we were live in terms of specs, which is a very wonderful thing to have here all the time. So 35 seconds remain in qualifying. Apparently we've been gone for so long that the upcoming races have not yet been updated, unfortunately. But we will let you know about those in a few moments. There will be 2 more races for this season for the Flatout Racing League, and those 2 races are ISM Raceway for next week for 156 laps, and then 2 weeks from now being the final broadcast of the Racing Line Broadcasting Network for an undeterminate amount of time is Atlanta for 169 laps. The Profile Machine Products 250. So, 2 weeks later, and we are back, so we'll see who starts where once again for this week. Starting on the front row, it will be Ryan Hartz in the number 3. Starting off in that number 3, he won last week. I'm rethinking that sentence for a while, but he did win at Charlotte the last time we were here. Grayson Vernon in the 69 starts off in the 2nd place position to his outside. And then starting off in row number 3, it will be the 48 of Nick Massey. Starting off in 4th place, it will be the 14 of Michael Finlayson. Starting off, rounding out the top 5 actually, is Shane Terrian in the 38. Alan de Blasio starts off in 6th. 7th place will be the 18 of Walker Thomas. 8th will be the 12 of Damian Leninger. 9th, the 44 of Michael Laria. 10th will be Tyler Riggs in the number 98, just to his outside. You can see it better from this angle. Matthew Bell in the 42 starts off in 11th. Dalton Alexander, the number 12, or the number 37. Starts off in position at number 12. Lucky number 13 goes to Alan Rowell in the number 94. Bronson Stafford in the 61 starts 14th. And then rounding out the top 15 is the 51 of Bradley Burke. Matthew James to his outside, and the 13 starts off in 16th. Todd Thomas starts in 17th. 18th place, Cole Stranahan on the outside. 19th is Eric de Blasio. I have not seen him in a very long time. Good to see Eric de Blasio back. And at 20th is Robert Kenny. Rounding out your 21 car field here tonight is the 57 of Matthew Rodriguez. So the field is currently rolling. We will have one more pace lap, and the point standings are quite interesting. Your top 3 point standings, well, top 3 drivers in the points are all separate, well, are all within basically 20 points of each other, 13 points in a sense. Ryan Hartz leads the point standings with 280 points, and de Blasio has 269 points with 11 points back, and then Michael Finlayson 267 points in third. So Ryan Hartz is on a not exactly a tear as of yet, but he definitely does have a very large advantage here so far at Martinsville. A little bit under the weather here, but we'll see if I can hold on till then, till the end of the race. But until then, we know for sure 250 laps are on tap. The 3 is in control, and the green flag flies. We are underway for the first time once again in 2 weeks for the Racing Line Broadcasting Network, and Ryan Hartz immediately with a great start on corner entry. Nick Massey to the inside, Michael Finlayson, Shane Terrian trying to get to the inside of Adam de Blasio on the 21. I believe we're about 3 wide for a few moments. No, we are not, but for sure 3 wide or 2 wide throughout most of the field, as you see as they enter turn 1. Ryan Hart's a very strong start for him, as Nick Massey and Shane Terrian try to take control of positions 2 and 3, as Michael Finlayson is nearly falling off the pace. Well, not exactly falling off the pace, but definitely falling back a few positions. He has Adam de Blasio on the top side. So it looks like it's a single file for the most part. Everyone very quickly single file actually as well. As you look through the field, your halfway point and the halfway break. As Racing Vernon was late to the grid, unfortunately, but your halfway point is going to be lap number 125 for tonight. Right now, Ryan Hartz is already in control for a, not exactly a majority, excuse me, not really a majority of the race, but, I mean, so far he's in control for pretty much the entirety of the race that has been completed. Right now, Shane Terrian all over the back bumper of Nick Massey, trying to figure out what he has to do to really get by, or at least alongside, but that's not going to happen because Dalton Alexander is around off the corner, apparently. Somebody that was slow. I saw someone that was losing positions, and judging by the back end damage, looks to be the case that it was Dalton Alexander. As a replay is coming up here in just a few moments. Number 37 of Alexander slides into turn number 3, saves it, and oh man, that was 61 of Bronson Stafford. Had gone into the back bumper, unfortunately, and we'll see if we can get an onboard shot. Oh man, I don't know why he didn't slow down. I don't know if he just didn't see that in time, but either way, be going back live here to your onboard pace car camera that has not been changed for a very, very long time. Right now, just riding around, really waiting for lights to go out and get the 1-2 green signal as well. So the closest gap in the point standings seems to be between, well, we have a tie for 12th place in points and a tie for 16th in points. And that is between Damian Leninger and Casey Shu. And the tie for top 12, or position 12 in points, is Ryan Dyson and Cole Stranahan. At the moment, everything is calmed down for sure for the time being. As again, we are under caution for the first time tonight here at Martinsville. And I believe we'll be getting the 1-to-go signal this time by. And the lights will stay active. So, just to make sure, I'm going to do a little bit of unfortunate editing on the fly here. Just wanted to make sure that nothing had unintentionally showed up. So get your picture back showing. I'm definitely looking forward to the next week of next week's race at Phoenix. Not that I'm biased or anything, but I mean, coming from Arizona, ISM Raceway, I've honestly not seen it since the. I've not seen that track since they reconstructed it, so that's gonna be interesting to see what happens there. Unfortunately for iRacing, as far as I know, going off the release notes they released early, ISM Raceway has not yet been updated, so that's very unfortunate. But hopefully that is the case for the end of this season. But lights are out in the pace car, so we'll be going green here this time by. Ryan Hartz still remains in control of the field as we will be going green and getting completely blindsided in terms of speed. Shane Terrian caught completely off guard as they exited turn 4 on the restart. That 38 did not get going whatsoever. I don't know if he missed a shift or he just did not expect... If he didn't expect Hartz to go that early, but we are back green once again. Finlay's in second place. De Blasio trying to get to third, manages to get by Damian Leninger, the number 12. Also following suit in fourth place is Tyler Riggs peeked to the inside there of the quarter panel of Shane Terrian for a few moments on that corner entry. So now it's Tyler Riggs and Walker Thomas, 98 and 18 respectively, battling it side by side for position number 6 as they come off of turn number 2. Matthew Bell in the 42, also going to be under fire from Nick Massey in the 48. As they battle for position at number 8 on the racetrack. Walker Thomas almost got a little bit of a run there on the outside lane as you see Nick Massey get by on the right-hand side of your screen there for that battle. Racing Vernon nearly gets into the back bumper as well. And somehow, some way, Walker Thomas gets by on the outside, and everyone is back single file, although I think the 69 of Vernon, Vernon, I believe is actually how it's pronounced. I may have been mispronouncing that by mistake the entire time, so apologies for that, but that number 69 for sure. Well, never mind. Nick Massey around off turn number 4, same with the 19. So not only does the 48 spin out off turn number 4, but so does that 19. Wait, no, it's the 78, Todd Thomas. Todd Thomas having the incorrect scheme once again, unfortunately. But that 19 is actually Todd Thomas. And that was 2 vehicles that spun off the corner of turn number 4. I was looking for the 19 in the timing screen. I was wondering why it was not showing up. Turns out, because that was because... is unfortunately the incorrect number once again for Todd Thomas. But taking a look at this replay, 48 spins out. Todd Thomas also spins out just off the corner, almost like there's oil on the track. Small nudge to the wall as well, unfortunately. So that's not the first time we've seen that. We've seen that a couple times, actually. We see that during practice as well. As you see the field going around, about half the field in pit road as of right now. We're about to be 20 laps complete as soon as the field crosses the start-finish line. So 20 laps complete out of 200. Wait, hold on a second. It actually was 200. I believe maybe an error on the scoring, but it's actually 200 laps for tonight. So that 125 halfway point means absolutely nothing. So apologies for that, even though that was quite literally in front of my face the entire time. So the title for sure will be edited. Unfortunately, I cannot really edit the halfway point. So halfway point is 100 laps, of course. So we'll be taking a break then. And the 125 will just unfortunately have to stay how it is due to the fact that ATVL will lose any and all data in terms of stints, how many times drivers have went to pit road, etc. A little bit of behind-the-scenes knowledge for anyone who's interested in that as well. But we should be getting the 1-to-go signal, and we should have everything fully working here as well in a few moments in terms of information for the double wide portion of this race. So lights out on the pace car, and we'll be going green here as soon as the pace car pulls off of the racetrack. And I'm pretty interested to see Reinhardt's choosing the outside. Wonder how he will fare for that decision. As the inside is going to Michael Finlayson. Find out, Finlayson trying to get the jump. Reinhardt's down on the way as the top side for him. Nearly making the lane change was Finlayson. Now he does fully. Remember, the rule is that you cannot change lanes before the start-finish line. Finlayson had just remembered that. I could tell that he was about to make the move, and then he remembered just by the placement of his car. Battle for fourth place between Damian Leninger and Shane Terrian, who Leninger in the 12 gets a hard shot on the outside wall. Not seeing any visible damage, possibly a few chips in the paint. Tyler Riggs now moving down to the inside. Vernon, hard shot, unnecessarily, I think, but may have misjudged the distance between himself and the driver in front. So that's going to put some heavy damage on the number 69's front machine, as well as the 98's back bumper. Speaking of that damage, moving up straight to the outside, Michael Laria, a great move. Oh, around goes the 20 of Eric de Blasio off turn number 2. Caution is not coming out for some strange reason. I don't know if it will be delayed or not. We'll see what the 20 is. He is back going in relation to the leader just entering turn 3, or turn 1, I should say. So mid-pack getting very, very wild. The 98 Tyler Riggs on his last legs. Michael Laria just trying to get through. I'm pretty sure Tyler Riggs was not too happy about that bump from Vernon. But this is a battle for 6th place nonetheless. And it will now be a battle for 7th place between the 98 and the 69 machine. So they go side by side into turn number 3. Lap 30 of 200. And somehow, someway, everybody is still going forward, either damaged or not. The only driver that really is out is Robert Kenny in the 34 machine. He's been out for ever since lap 5 or so. So Ryan Hartz continues to lead at the moment, and that, well, again, this could help him out for the point standings. We'll readjust the noise detection here as well. As far as I can tell, though, Alan de Blasio is on a slight tear. And just those two different lap times between the drivers. I saw an 18.2, unless I read that wrong, from Adam de Blasio. That was the last time around. This time by, we'll see. Oh man, a little bit loose from the number 3. Virtually identical lap times between both drivers. As you see, once again, the lap times of the drivers on the right-hand side of their name, 18.8 each. But Adam de Blasio is 0.04 seconds faster. This time by, it's 0.03 seconds faster. Nope, scratch that, make that a half-tenth. So de Blasio trying to close the gap as much as possible. Meanwhile, this battle for 5th place is ongoing as Laria gets by. The 12 of Leninger tries to get to the inside. Caution comes out. And it's Bronson Stafford on the back straightaway. So we'll see what exactly had happened here. As unfortunately our picture is not showing up, so we'll get that set up. 77 Nicole Stranahan came down in front of the 57-61. I don't know what exactly had happened there, but caution came out. I think the 20 got a piece of that as well. That's Eric de Blasio. He did hit the wall earlier on. He did spin out earlier on, is what I should say. So we'll see what exactly had happened here. Oh man, just tried to break in and just absolutely nowhere to go. Riding on board the back bumper of the 77. Oh man. I'm going back live. Everybody is in pit road. Let's see who was first off from a distance. Finlayson, the 3 and the 14, I believe. Unless I looked at that wrong. Actually, yeah, it's Michael Finlayson, the 3 of Riding Hearts, and the 21 of Adam de Blasio. Matthew James had stayed out. Eric de Blasio went to pit road. So Matthew James did go to pit road twice, about 20 laps ago. I'm not sure. It looks like he's going to pit road. Yep, there he goes. So the field will catch up with the pace car. And lights will remain on for the time being. Well, there goes the cat to my drink, but good thing I completed that anyway. Next week we again will have the 156 lap event at ISM Raceway, and then rounding out the season it will be the 169 lap event at Atlanta in Georgia. Looks like it is Finlayson now choosing the outside lane. So Michael Finlayson wins the race off pit road, gets the lead. And it will be Finlayson choosing the top side here on this restart, just as Ryan Hart had done. Ryan Hartz, I should say, but Hartz had stuck with the 14 as they go down to the inside into turn 1. Hartz takes control of the lead just like that. And Adam de Blasio trying to move to the inside, nearly made it in time, but unfortunately that just was not the case. And quickly single file is the entire field, and a little bit of a stack up here off turn number 4. Not exactly sure what had happened here, but Nick Massey was involved. Somebody got turned around. And it looks like it was the 37 that got tagged by Nick Massey. I'm not sure why the caution did not come out. There are multiple drivers slowed and stacked up there, and that's not going to help. That 37 was Dalton Alexander. We'll be going back live. See where exactly the lap traffic plays into effect for any of these other drivers. At the moment, I don't think it will, because Ryan Hartz has a very clear track right in front of him. Michael Finlayson following suit, same with Adam de Blasio. I think de Blasio is actually starting to slowly close the gap between himself and Finlayson. He's closed the gap ever so slightly. De Blasio had, at least, with Ryan Hartz earlier on in this event. And he may do the same. He may be able to get to the inside here of the 14 if he can find that perfect line, that perfect exit at least. Or at least hope for the 14 to mess up on a corner exit. So stick with this battle. There goes 21 down to the inside. Almost. I thought he was going to clip the quarter panel. But he made it to the quarter panel and heavily loose off. Very heavily loose off. Was that 21? He was pushing that thing as much as possible. All over that back bumper is that number 21 as we continue to watch this battle between the 14 and the 21. This is for second place on the racetrack. And at the moment, it looks like it's either just me or there are clouds covering this. I'm hoping it's clouds covering the sun. Yep. A little bit of cloud cover here on the late afternoon race here at Martinsville. I also thought the sun was setting, and that had thrown me off once again. So de Blasio peeks down to the inside once again. Finlayson gets a little bit more the nose, and he's going to use the 77 as a pick. That is all on de Blasio. Cole Stranahan had nothing to do with that. He just ran his line. De Blasio made that perfect move there off of turn number 4, using the lap car Stranahan as a pick. Stranahan just did the right thing, didn't move anywhere, and the caution comes out. A wreck off of turn number 2. That's the 42 of Matthew Bell, just in front of the number 3. Ooh, that must have been a little bit unsettling for the 3 to come across. So it looks like just a little bit of contact, yeah, just a little bit of racing contact between the 37 of Dalton Alexander and the 42, of Matthew Bell. So definitely nothing intentional from either side. It was just their usual racing at Martinsville. The 42 spins out the corner, the caution comes out there, 20 and 13 move up to the top side. And the 42 immediately gets it going as soon as possible. So lights are active on the pace car once again. That's the same with the caution coming out as well. So we'll wait just a little bit. We're going to go double wide just for a quick second, just for about 50 seconds or so. So that's just one commercial, but Might as well get it in while we still can, so don't go anywhere. This is the Racing Line Broadcasting Network.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And we are back once again just after that quick break. Michael Finlayson had fallen down to 14th after getting passed by Adam de Blasio just before that caution came out, probably about a lap or so. And de Blasio hanging way too far back, not sure why he isn't really catching up. He's probably trying to get the jump, but that's not going to work. As the green flag flies, Walker Thomas did not get going at all. And de Blasio trying to stick with the 14, trying to hold off the 14 as well. Shane Terrian gets to the inside just as we get off turn number 2. Drag race down the back straightaway for position number 3. And just getting into the back bumper, nearly a tire donut there for either the 38 or the 14, or both of them in this case. As they exited turn number 4 there. Very, very wild restart as we are 60 laps in, nearly. This time by it will be a full 60 complete laps and nearly rubbing doors. Caution comes out and the 38 saves it. Not sure what the caution is for. Is it Nick Massey or the 37? I'm not sure. Maybe the 37 unless he's coincidentally in pit road. Yeah, 37 was coincidentally in pit road. The real cause of the caution was actually a huge pileup, a 3-car, 4 or 5, maybe a... no, hold on a second. Yeah, it was a pileup, all right. I will say that. It was a very large pileup, so we'll get a very wide external camera for this one. Walker Thomas gets tagged by Racing Vernon, and then about 5 other cars make contact with every one of themselves. The 19, oh no, that's actually the 78, sorry. Either way, Todd Thomas gets involved, same with Matthew James, and multiple other drivers involved. I don't believe we could really play anything else aside from just that one camera angle, but It was close for the 78 of Todd Thomas. I will say that. We'll get a replay here from his onboard. Misses it. Oh man, he almost had it too. 13 to Matthew James was the one that had collided with him unintentionally and trying to avoid. Oh, man, almost. If James had turned to the right just at the last second, and he would have made it. Unfortunately, Matthew James is now caught 1 lap down, however, and he will opt to go to pit road instead of waiting to go around. In fact, I think he just realized that pit road is closed for him, so not sure exactly what's going on with the 13. But other than that, should be going live. Should be going back green here in just about possibly 1 lap. Not 100% sure as of yet. Yep, less than a lap apparently as the lights are out. This time Reinhardt's can't even say that apparently. Reinhardt chooses the inside instead of the outside lane this time. I think Hartz is tired of starting on the outside lane, so he's deciding, well, you know what, might as well change things up. I'm starting on the outside this time. Green flag flies, and a very wild start for the 21 of Adam de Blasio, who got loose off corner exit of turn number 4. 14 of Finlayson immediately capitalized and moves himself up to second. So that's a side-by-side battle between Damian Lenninger and Tyler Riggs. And right when I say that, Tyler Riggs was up to 7th, gets tagged actually by a 12 in the middle of the corner. That's not the first time the 98 had somebody in his back bumper, unfortunately. And at the moment, that 12 is trying to just do whatever it can to retain that position, or at least gain something. Matthew Bell and Bradley Burke, battling side by side for position number 9. I saw somebody get loose off corner exit. And just like that, now between both drivers has finally calmed down. So take a look just a little bit farther back to see if there's anyone else battling side by side. I'm not seeing anyone else. So back to Reinhardt's. He is still in control of the field. The only time he lost the lead was when Michael Finlayson had beat him out of the pit road. And even then, he still could not get away from Ryan Hartz, who still is in control of the field. Adam de Blasio, once again, trying to get by, or at least up to the number 14 of Finlayson. These top 3 drivers are, of course, they're the reason that they're top 3 in the point standings. Only 2 points separate Adam de Blasio and Michael Finlayson. De Blasio with the advantage with 269 points. Michael Finlayson 267 points. Oh boy, a little bit of wild ride there. That's the 13 of Matthew James, who had gotten involved in an accident earlier on, or just a previous caution. You see the higher entry line and the higher line overall that the number 12, that the number 21 is running on the racetrack. Not exactly following in the tire tracks of the number 14. It's very prominent right there on the entry at turn number 3. Oh, Cole Stranahan again gets encountered off turn number 4. Unfortunately, de Blasio is not alongside Finlayson to use the 77 as a pick once again. 125 laps to go. Halfway is 100 laps to go. We'll see how this plays out between Finlayson and de Blasio. Virtually identical lap times. And yet, while Ryan Hartz is slower than the two, they all seem to be of equal distance, at least for the time being. And the caution is out. 94 of Alan Rowell was around off the corner. And it was a quick spin by that number 94. Nosed it to the inside wall and immediately got back, well, almost immediately got back going. It's not the first time we've seen somebody lose it off the corner for sure, though. Oh man, he was 15th, I believe, at that time. So the field has caught up with the pace car. And scratch for that, everybody's actually in pit road, so we'll see Who comes off pit road from where? It's Reinhardt's. Oh, I thought I was going to overshoot for a second. Mason Vernon again started second place. He's been in the back of the field for a majority of this race, unfortunately. Adam de Blasio may be the first driver off. No, it's Reinhardt's, and it will be Adam de Blasio there. Michael Finlayson third off. Fourth off, Matthew Bell. Fifth off was Shane Terrian. And Michael Finlayson may have just been caught speeding on pit exit, because he is letting everybody by. Yeah, Michael Finlayson may have been caught speeding here. We'll double check to verify, and unfortunately it will have to be done off camera. Let's see. Pit exit? No. But it may have been on the entry or the middle of pit road. So we're double checking here. Apologies for... I'm not seeing anything too visible. And it looks like Finlayson is actually still going to remain at least in the back portion of the field, still letting some drivers by. I believe a bit of miscommunication here as we go back live. Well, not seeing anything, unfortunately, but either way, we will be going back green here, I believe, this time by. And yep, lights are out. Reinhardt's once again moves down to the inside lane. Pace car makes its usual abrupt left-hand turn into pit road. And the green flag flies. We are underway once again. Already, Adam de Blasio moves down to the inside, somehow, some way capitalized. They may have a new leader that... We may have a third different lead change here for the race, and we will. It is Adam de Blasio back in the lead. Or in the lead, I should say, for the first time today. The Blevins Design 200 here at Martinsville, and immediately Reinhardt says, alright, you had your one lap of fame. Give the lead back over to me, and they nearly make contact off turn number 4. Drag race to the start-finish line. It goes to Adam de Blasio that time by. Nearly cutting off the nose on the exit of that corner. As Reinhardt's trying to protect that lead as much as possible. Michael Laria moving down to the inside for position 3. On the inside of Matthew Bell. Right now it's Reinhardt's in first. Second place, Adam de Blasio. Third place. Oh, caution is out, and it's going to be Michael Laria and Nick Massey. No, Bradley Burke off of the corner. Yeah, somebody behind him. That is Tyler Riggs in the 98. Caution is out once again. And I'm not sure. Actually, yeah, those two did make contact, so... It was on corner exit of turn number 4 where this happened. Tyler Riggs and 51 and Bradley Burke. Small little bit of contact, misjudgment of space or speed or a combination of both. And unfortunately, the caution had been thrown at that point. So I personally will be right back. You'll still have this current picture. Not going to commercial as of yet. But personally, I will be right back in just a few moments. So I am back once again. I'm assuming we'll have the 1-2 green next time around. That will be interesting to see what exactly happens. We have somebody rooting for Team IRLRC. I cannot say, apparently, letters properly. IRLC. No idea where I had that extra R come from. But other than that, Reinhardt's again chooses the inside, so I think he's had enough of the outside lane, saying, alright, you know what, going defensive, I'll stick to the inside now. So Reinhardt's in control of the field once again. Goes green. I thought Adam de Blasio was going to immediately move down to the inside for a second. But Michael Laria back up front for the first time in a while. I haven't seen Michael Laria up front in a very long time, actually, personally. I can't remember off the top of my head, but Laria doing a wonderful job at coming back just out of absolutely nowhere. And in fact, he had started 9th out of 21 drivers. Michael Finlayson in 6th, still trying to recover from whatever had happened on pit road. Somebody got loose in front of him. That was the 38 of Shane Terrian. 105 laps to go at the start-finish line. Eric de Blasio coming up in front of the 3 of Reinhardt's in your form of lap traffic. Eric de Blasio holding his line on corner entry. Hopefully he will stay up top, and he will. Taking the second lane, however. Still staying out of the way as much as possible. Laria cannot keep up with the 3. Because right now, their lap times are virtually identical. It's still 18.5 and 4 thousandths of a second, basically, between Michael Laria and Reinhardt's. There's that much of a difference the last time around. 4 thousandths of a second, 0.004 seconds. This time around, it was 0.013 seconds difference. Advantage towards Reinhardt's. As, of course, he is in the lead and just that little bit faster. Does have that clean air advantage. Right now, Michael Laria trying to get past the lap car that is Eric de Blasio. Adam de Blasio in the 21 lead lap in position number 3. Yes, they are related. Adam de Blasio trying to capitalize ever so slightly, even more and more, lap by lap, but unfortunately, it is not the case. So as we reach the halfway point, 100 laps are complete. There are 100 laps remaining. Let's go over your entire field here for the time being for the Blevins Design at 200 here at Martinsville. At the moment, Reinhardt's in first place, led 94 laps. Only lost lead under caution from pit road. Second place, Michael Laria. As we mentioned, he had started 9th. He's up to 2nd, trying to capitalize. Adam de Blasio, he was up to 2nd at some point. Apparently he was up to... Actually, no, he was up to 1st as well. Led 1 lap and then got passed immediately back after by Reinhardt. He sits 3rd. Battle for 4th place between Matthew Bell and Shane Terrian there. He currently sit 4th and 5th in real time. Michael Finlayson stuck here in 6th place. This could be an interesting battle to see what happens after. Oop, never mind. There it goes. There it goes. Maybe not. I don't know. This is going to be interesting. Well, we'll keep an eye on this, actually, for the time being. Oh, near contact. There's practically no space between those 2 drivers. Between the 14 and the 42 off the exit. So now it's 4th place Shane Terrian, 5th place Michael Finlayson, 6th place Matthew Bell, who's trying to hold off Racing Vernon for 7th. Nick Massey in 8th. 9th, Damian Lendinger. 10th place, Todd Thomas. And the caution is out. That's just in front. That's Michael Finlayson. All right, well, so much for that halfway point. We will actually get a replay of that for sure. No idea what happened there off turn number 4. Oh, Finlayson spun out. Oh, no. Oh, wow. That speed difference did not help whatsoever. So it's both the 42 and the 69 that were loose off the corner. But the 42 just had absolutely nowhere to go. I don't know why it didn't lift. But Vernon was also loose off the corner. Oh man, that speed between the 42 and the from a non-biased standpoint, I will say this: the speed between those two, it could have been slower. Why it was, I have absolutely no idea. That's all I'm saying about that, to be honest. Back live, however, Ryan Hart's first off pit road, second off Adam de Blasio, third off going to be Michael Laria, Matthew Bell fourth off, Nick Massey fifth off of pit road. That's your top 5, and we'll continue on with this actually as your halfway break. Damian Leninger is 6th, 7th is Todd Thomas. 7th apparently is actually Bradley Burke. 8th is Todd Thomas, who may have sped on pit road. So 8th is Tyler Riggs. 9th, Walker Thomas. 10th, soon to be Shane Terry, and I assume it will be just that, as Todd Thomas falls to, at the moment, 11th. Alan Rowell, 12th, 13th, Michael Finlayson, 14th, Cole Stranahan. Aaron de Blasio, 1 lap down, 15th, 16th, Rayson Vernon, goodness gracious, in 16th. 17th, Matthew James, 2 laps down. Matthew Rodriguez has been sitting there for a very, very long time. About 20 minutes now. Not sure as to why, but Matthew Rodriguez sits 19th. Dalton Alexander in 18th, and Bronson Stafford 20th, and Robert Kenny in 21st are all out of this race for the time being. So we will hold off on your halfway break just for a few moments. The space car pulls off. It is Ryan Hart's in control of the field. Green flag back out. Michael Laria once again gets the jump. To the inside he goes, nearly up to second. I don't think it's going to work for the time being. Nearly making contact through turns 3 and 4. 89 laps to go. It goes to Michael Laria for second place. So it looks like everybody's currently spread out for the time being, actually. And if that's the case, that was a very quick sort to single file. And right when I say that, it's a battle between Todd Thomas and Alan Rowell for 9th. Todd Thomas moves up to that 9th place position. Rowell falls back to 10th. And that seems to be pretty much it for any side-by-side battles here on the racetrack. We'll keep an eye for the second place battle, as we will go double wide here, as you will not miss a single thing, especially this battle for second place. So don't go anywhere as we go double wide here on the Racing Line Broadcasting Network. Well, caution is out here once again at Martinsville. And it's for the 14 of Michael Finlayson, spinning on the entry to turn number 3, and saved it off the wall. But unfortunately, his car is way too heavily damaged at this point to really hope for anything. I go for one more replay at most. So we'll go back double wide as the caution is out once again. Most drivers appear to stay out, at least the lead lap drivers, and that's pretty much it. Top 3 being Ryan Hartz, Matthew Bell, and Damian Leininger staying out for the time being. So caution out once again here at Martinsville. So that is what's coming with one of the new. That's one of the many things coming with new builds, as being that new Silverstone layout. Meanwhile, Shane Terrian from out of absolutely nowhere has gotten up to second place. Adam de Blasio up to third, 4th place. Matthew Bell after he dropped back a few positions. And he has Michael Laria right behind him in 5th. I think that 42 is fighting a losing battle at this point. There's no way that he can actually somehow find a way to stay in front of that 44. Well, there's one way for 44 just pushing the car enough to not really help out with the handling. Right now, Michael Laria is still trying to hold on, but we have a battle just behind them for 6th place between Walker Thomas and Damian Leininger. Thomas with the cleaner car. He's passed drivers on the outside before. He's held them off and got a great run And unfortunately for Damian Lenninger, he's got a little bit of damage. He's got a decent amount of damage, unfortunately, for the front bumper entirely. Left rear quarter panel, right rear quarter panel in the sense as well. Same with Nick Massey. He's got the front end banged up as well. Same with the back end. Somehow, though, Damian Lenninger in that number 12 is trying to hang on, is managing to hang on to 6th place, or at least 7th place for the time being on the inside lane, as Nick Massey was way wide off the corner, loose off the corner. I saw just out of the corner of the screen. And somehow, some way, everyone's still managing to stay intact. Matthew Bell finally, however, getting passed by the 44 of Michael Laria. So go ahead and give 4th place to the 44. As Adam de Blasio in 3rd place hunts down the 38 of Shane Terrian. A bit of lap traffic going to be encountered. That's the 13 of Matthew James. Ryan Hartz trying to find some way to retain this lead, and he doesn't have to really work for it. Let me rephrase that sentence. He doesn't have to work for it as hard as he probably would be if anyone else just about equal to him, because we've had drivers that are equal to his lap times or quicker, but no one has ever really gotten by him during the actual green flag run. So Ryan Hartz is very, very great at this racetrack here so far. Not even so far, actually. In fact, for a good majority of this race, as we have 64 laps to go at the start-finish line. Shane Terrian starting to reel in Ryan Hartz. Adam de Blasio just following suit. Michael Laria also in the background here in 4th place. Matthew Bell in 5th place. As Damian Lenninger and Damian Lenninger and Michael Finlayson are going at it for 7th place. Now go to the 14 as the caution is out for number 20, being around off turn at number 2. And got tagged from behind by the 69 of Vernon. Not sure if that was on purpose or not. And it was definitely on the brakes. The 69 was definitely on the brakes. Rang on board the back bumper. Yeah, it's just a speed difference. So all the drivers are once again back in pit road. Nick Massey very late in the pit entry. Just barely in his pit box as well. I don't think that's yep, there's a clear shot. The first driver off pit road will be Ryan Hartz. Shane Terrian. Oh wait, Ryan Hartz may have sped on the exit of pit road. Commentator's Curse 101. Let's take a look at this once again. He may have sped on the exit of pit road. Now he was even 35 miles an hour on the exit. Stay below the blue line. Was it through the middle or the pit entry? Is what I'm wondering. Let's see. 36 miles an hour on pit entry after a 35. So I'm not sure. Not seeing anything really too major. So Ryan Hartz has to go to the back of the field. Not sure as to why, however. But it was not an admin-issued penalty. So this is going to be quite interesting for Ryan Hartz. He's currently 14th out of... excuse me. Wow, my voice just went out of nowhere for there. Excuse me. He's currently 14th out of 21 drivers, 15 of which are on the lead lap. So I have absolutely no idea. Not sure what happened to Ryan Hartz. Something definitely happened. I don't know if it was speeding or not, because he was only about 36 miles an hour as compared to 35, so we'll have to wait until the end of the race, really, to figure out what had happened. So, two drivers that didn't pit, Bradley Burke and Alan Rowell. Burke chooses the outside lane, Rowell on the inside, both heavily damaged with just over 50 laps to go. Green flag flies. Bradley Burke going to get some bonus points here, or a bonus point, I believe. Alan Rowell just going to follow the line as much as possible. He gets tagged from behind by Shane Terry, and I think the 98 was going to move, but after that, I'm thinking that he would definitely not want to move after that. Saying, you know what, you want to get by me? Well, make your way by me. And right now, unfortunately, that seems to be the case. Bradley Burke's still in the lead, however. Alan de Blasio may get back into the lead here for the first time in a while. Same with Michael Finlayson. He's starting to catch up. There goes to the inside, the 21 of Alan de Blasio. 56 laps ago, 55 laps ago, actually, at the start-finish line this time around. So Bradley Burke gets sent down to second place. The three of Wright and Hearts is currently in position number 12 for the time being. I believe he's trying to make his way up through the field, or at least waiting with, we got spin in the back. That's Racing Vernon. Not sure why the caution. There's the caution. Oh, the 13 and the 77. Caution is out once again. It's going to stall the progress of Ryan Hartz. Heading into turn 1, moving down to the inside. That's the 19, what should be 78. Now, I'm not sure why the 13 just didn't wait a little bit, but either way, it's a 19, at least what should be the 78 of Todd Thomas. Making the move down to the inside to a hole that was definitely there and definitely available. So, more power to him to make that attempt. Yep, wide open. It was just misjudgment of space there, unfortunately. Oh, 77. Oh, he had to lock the brakes up there at the last second. So once again, the caution is out. I believe the 51 and Bradley Burke had went to pit road. He did. Currently in the pit box. So while we still have a chance, we'll go double wide here just for a few moments. Take a look at 3 updated cars that are coming to iRacing here in the new June build next week. Green flag back out. Michael Finlayson tried to make a move to the inside of Shane Terrian just as the restart happened. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Terrian had gotten a great restart, and Michael Finlayson had just gotten loose off of turn number 2 on corner exit. Manages to regather it. And your top 3 are single file for the time being. And now Nick Massey making a move to the inside. Caution is back out again. It's Cole Stranahan in the 77 off of turn number 2. Not sure if he got turned around or turned around or spun out. We'll see. Vernon to the inside and tagged by the 69 Vernon. Not sure if that was intentional or exactly intentional, but not sure if the 77 had moved down or not. Best way to look at this is through the onboard. Yeah, not sure why the 77 will try and squeeze him down, but take another look from the same angle, really. So, in slow motion, yeah, from here you should be at least moving up the racetrack, not trying to squeeze somebody down, but not sure if the 77 was unhappy or what. But other than that, the caution is out once again here at Martinsville. Green flag is back out. Shane Terrian trying to hold on to second place still. From the 14 to Michael Finlayson as we restart again. Alan de Blasio currently in control of the field. Just coming back one lap after, about half a lap after. But Ryan Hartz is slowly making his way up through the field. 40 laps to go at the start-finish line. Reinhardt's currently sitting in 8th place, trying to get by Michael Laria for 7th in that number 44, but unfortunately he's getting held up by Nick Massey on the inside. On de Blasio, however, about a half second in front of Shane Terrian. Michael Finlayson just directly behind Shane Terrian for 3rd. Really, really loose off the corner and somehow saves it. That wasn't even loose, that was just a complete tailspin that somehow never really fully gone through. Tyler Riggs slow off the corner, losing positions very rapidly off turn 2. Not sure as to why, but right now, Ryan Hart's trying to do whatever he can to get by somebody, but he ended up losing a position to the 12 of Damian Lenninger. .38 of Shane Terrian just a bit loose off as well. Manages to hang on to it. Currently single file throughout the majority of the field. Not seeing anybody side by side for the time being. Right when I say that, the only side by side battle that may be occurring will be between the 14 and the 38, but right now 38 Terrian is holding on very strong in that second place. Finlayson is faster than de Blasio and Terrian, but there's really no lane. There's really nowhere else to go for Michael Finlayson, who gets the outside wall just a little bit. Battling a damaged car. Mainly on the right-hand side is that number 14. As Ryan Hartz moves down to the inside of that 12 on the entry to turn 1. Trying to get back up front. Trying to get his lead back as well. I'm not sure if he managed... Oh, maybe not. I was about to say... Oh, man. Yeah, that 3 is pushing really hard. I'm not sure if Ryan Hartz managed to lead half the race or not. As far as I know, he did not, but he may have. Other than that, though, Finlayson has fallen back to the clutches of the 18 of Walker Thomas, currently 3rd and 4th, at 14 and 18 respectively. Shane Terrian trying to catch up to that number 21 as quickly as possible, as we have 31 laps to go. Virtually identical lap times between both drivers. And right now everyone is pretty much the same distance away from each other between your top 3. So Nick Massey trying to get by the number 42 of Matthew Bell for 6th place off turn number 4. And just behind them, it's Damian Lenninger and Ryan Hartz. Ryan Hartz taking to the outside lane, trying to get by. Your Polster, mind you, is that number 3. Will he slide job? Yes, he will. And it worked. I think Nick Massey locked the brakes as well on corner entry. Oh, Ryan Hartz got the wall off turn 4 there. Saw the sparks flying from the outside wall. Oh, loose off turn number 2 as well. Ryan Hartz blocking the 12. I think Ryan Hartz has had enough of the 12. And Matthew Bell and Nick Massey still remain between Ryan Hartz and... Whoa, I think Damian Lenninger, he slides sideways in turn 1. I'm not sure if the 12 was the 12. Well, hold off. I don't know if the 12 overshot and got loose on corner entry, but we'll see. I don't know. I think the 12 was going to go for a bumper shot there. Try and bump the 3 of Ryan Hartz out of the way. I don't know. That's what it looks like, but I mean, you can never really know. I mean, we're going to take an in-car look, but unfortunately that is not available as of right now, so... Off pit road, it's Michael Finlayson in 1st, Matthew Bell 2nd, Ryan Hartz back in 3rd. Damian Lenninger did catch up to the 3. And I'm not seeing any damage to the 3. which is definitely a good thing to see. So I'm not sure if Leninger did indeed make a little bit of contact, saying, hey, I'm not really too happy about that. But looking back, I am not seeing that at all. So the 12 did manage to hold off. May not be happy, but he did not show his displeasure, thankfully. So personally, I'll be right back once again. But you will not really miss anything. That depends if the lights on the pace car go out this time by or not. And they will remain on, so I will be right back in just a few moments. Need to stop saying that. I realize how often I say in a few moments, so I'll be right back and hopefully just before the green. If not, here's an external camera view. So just off the restart, 3 of Reinhardt's capitalizes on the 42's lack of, oh my goodness, well never mind, diving to the outside is going to be Reinhardt's trying to get back into the lead for the first time in possibly about 75 laps, I believe. Reinhardt's is full sent on trying to somehow, someway get back into the lead as quickly as he can. And he tried to make a move to the outside. It did not work. So will he follow suit or at least go to the inside? Maybe, maybe not. Shane Terrian all over the back bumper of the number 3 on the corner exit. Will Reinhardt defend that position? Maybe, maybe not. We'll find out. The 3 of Hearts gets into the outside wall, tries to defend. It will not work. Shane Terrian dives to the inside. 17 and a half laps to go. Reinhardt's sent back to 3rd thanks to the outside wall. De Blasio trying to make a move to the inside lane. That definitely would not have worked. Michael Larry trying to pass out De Blasio. That will not work for the time being. Reinhardt's is set on trying to get back into the lead as quickly as possible. De Blasio trying to make a late dive. I don't think that's really going to work out. Even with 17 laps to go, 16 laps to go, Shane Terrian defending. De Blasio tags the 3, turns him around in turn 1. And that is not going to end well whatsoever. That was not exactly the best move. That was definitely not the best move from multiple drivers there. So what happens here is the 38 gets loose off the corner, defends the position as Reinhardt tries to go low. Reinhardt moves back to his position. De Blasio dives down again into the back bumper of the 3, turns the 3 around on corner entry. With the multiple attempts that the 21 was making, I'm not sure if it was, again, exactly the best idea. That's just personal thoughts, so I don't know. Other than that, though, we are back under caution. Should have about 10 laps to go on the restart. So we should get the green this time by. Not exactly 100% sure. Well, not this time by, but at least the one to go signal. And we will not. So with the way the 14 is, I believe we'll be taking to the inside lane. But while we do have a chance, this Thursday is the FieldJet Stream Media IndyCar Series semi-final, the second to last race of the season at Sonoma for 15 laps. Oh boy, that's going to be interesting to see, because I am definitely looking forward to that. And then just next week it will be the ISM Raceway, or the 156 lap race at ISM Raceway here for the Cage Cup Series. Unfortunately, not the correct background, but either way, it's going to be interesting to see what happens there in the desert. So Finlayson chooses the outside lane, green flag, getting ready to fly. And it is going. Finlayson waits until the green flag is shown. And Shaden Terrian on the inside lane. Contact already. The 42 and 21 go around. Not exactly. Well, it's a huge pile up off turn 4. Nick Massey on the infield. What had happened there? I'm at a complete loss of what happened there, but Matthew Bell had made contact apparently with the 21 on the restart for sure. Now just that bit of contact. I don't. Yeah, that was definitely not the best idea. As much as, no matter how few laps are left, as much as you want to get a position, as much as the hole is there, if you're going to send it like that, might as well make sure that you make it stick. Because that sure did not stick whatsoever. Wiped out the 21, unfortunately, as well as multiple other drivers in the process, the 20, the 94, the 48, 13. So unfortunately, the caution is out once again. So we will have at least one more attempt at a run to the finish. And that actually brings up another point. We will be, I'm not sure if this league specifically will have it, but we will have, Irish in general will have green and white checkered flag updates. So in 2 weeks, I believe actually just in time for the last race. Yeah, so in time for the last race at the very least. For Atlanta, we could be seeing a green-white checkered flag finish. Maybe. The choices are of two. You can have either unlimited green flag attempts, or green-white checkered attempts, or you can have a set number of green-white checkered attempts. And you will be told as well by the iRacing spotter that you will have the final green-white checkered attempt as well. So that's going to be quite interesting to see what plays into that. I am hoping, if that is the case, that it does not break a TVO. If it does, I will be very sad. So, if that does happen on Sunday, on the 16th, on the finale, and it does break, I apologize in advance for that. So it is 4 laps to go. This is the final chance for a green flag finish. Reinhardt's starting directly behind Michael Finlayson, who chooses the outside lane this time by. Shane Terrian on the inside. I don't believe he's won since Oh, goodness. I believe Richmond. I may be way incorrect on that one, but I'll correct myself when possible. Rockingham, actually, is when Shane Terrian last won the race, so we'll find out. Will Finlayson wait to the green? No, he's going down and away early on, and that will give the advantage to Ryan Hartz. 3 laps to go this time by. And already, Shane Terrian, small bump to the back bumper of the number 3. Stacks everybody else up, and it's a race for the lead. 2 laps to go this time by. Michael Laria wide off the corner, giving the inside to Bradley Burke. When we get the white flag, it is pretty much over. Ryan Hartz chasing down Michael Finlayson, using the top side as much as possible. It's not going to work for the time being for that attempt. 1 lap to go. It's the white flag this time by at Martinsville for the Blevins design at 200. Ryan Hartz trying to do whatever he can to get by, or at least alongside the 14, and it will not work. Shane Terrian making a little bit of a dive as he and the 44 battling. Michael Finlayson is your winner at Martinsville. And somehow, some way, Finlayson proves victorious at the paperclip. A bit of a congratulatory bump from the 18 and the 42. And 14 and Michael Finlayson burns it down the front straightaway. And breaks the left rear quarter panel. Well, so much for that. Probably trying to pass tech inspection, but either way, Michael Finlayson is victorious either way as he again hits the wall. We'll go through your finishing order here for tonight. As Finlayson continues to burn down, he's probably continuing to burn it down just until his engine explodes, possibly, but either way, your finishing results are as follows here for tonight. It is Michael Finlayson being victorious here at Martinsville. We'll get an interview with him in just a few moments' time. Shane Terrian Ryan Hartz finishing in second. Shane Terrian finishing in third place. Fourth place, Michael Laria. Fifth place, Bradley Burke. Todd Thomas, Walker Thomas finishing 6th and 7th. Matthew Bell finishing 8th. Tyler Riggs 9th. 10th place is Adam de Blasio. 11th is Eric de Blasio. 12th place, Alan Rowell. 13th, Damian Leninger. Cole Stranahan finishes 14th. 15th is Matthew James. Nick Massey finishes 16th. And drivers that did not finish are Rayson Vernon, Dalton Alexander, Matthew Rodriguez, Bronson Stafford, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th, respectively. And 21st, Robert Kennedy, who I don't believe really started this race. He was 5 laps. He ran 5 laps and unfortunately did not finish. But other than that, though, we'll be back with your top 3 interviews here in just a few moments here as the sun sets at Martinsville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we are back live. Unfortunately, nobody is available, but still, congratulations either way to the 14 of Michael Finlayson on his win. And we will actually be, again, telling you about the upcoming races. Next week is current picture under construction, in a sense, but the Cage Cup Series heads to the ISM Raceway, the current day one, as much as iRacing can have it as current day. So not this configuration, not the 08 configuration, but the 2012 version of ISM Raceway / Phoenix Raceway for next week's 156 lap event. And then this coming Thursday at, actually, just as a reminder, next week it will be live at 5:40 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm rethinking that for about 5 seconds just to make sure that I am making sure that time is correct. 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time actually is what that time is. Apologies for that. And then this Thursday is the Fuel Jetstream Media IndyCar Series, their second to last race at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. So, while no one is available, we still congratulate Michael Finlayson on his win for this week. This is definitely going to help him out in the point standings for sure. And just double checking, I believe he's actually about third place in the points. And just making sure before I say anything. This is before this race. Yeah, Michael Finlayson was 13 points out from the lead, so this could help him out. So signing off from the Racing Line, from Martinsville Speedway for the Racing Line Broadcasting Network, we thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next time, or at least this Thursday. Good night from Martinsville.